out.
Knock one
I don't
out,
know if I
man.
should feel like sloppy thirds right now, or if I should feel like I feel good about myself for being the last meeting of the day. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty tired, man. I got back from Hawaii at 10 o'clock last night. Got here this morning. I had 3 podcasts lined up, and Chad Ryker is coming on for the third one. And this one's going to be more just like a Tricer podcast, like a kind of like Tricer update on what's going on, new gear and stuff. So Chad's kind of interviewing me, gets to kind of talk about what's going on in my life, talk about some of the hunts I've been on, some of the things we've been doing, and just new products and all that stuff, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I think these are pretty important. Is my thing recording? I don't see it recording
You're
at the
recording
bottom.
on my end. You're good. You're recording.
Okay. Um, I think these are important because you do so much, man. I was looking back in the last time that we did one of these updates and announcements and kind of quarterly podcasts was in February. And I'm not sure that I think you have more time with your feet outside of US soil than you have your feet inside US soil over
Yeah.
since February. Like you have been a man on the move. So I think it's cool. I think that believe it or not, listeners probably like I know on my podcast, a lot of people want to hear what the guest has to say, but people are genuinely interested, I think, in what the host does occasionally. So I think this will be really good for people
Yeah,
to
I'm
get
doing
caught
the
up on what
math. I
Drew's doing.
mean, I was 5 weeks in Konax. I was just there for another week. I was there for a month. I was in Africa for 2 weeks. I was Montana for a week. I mean, I've been gone at least 2 months, probably a little more than that since February. So gone a lot. I'm here for a week, and I'm flying to China and Vietnam next week to deal with some tariff stuff and
Hmm.
some company internal stuff, and then
Yeah.
come back from there. And where am I going? South Dakota for a couple days. Come back from that. I'm going to go fishing in Mexico with the whole team, taking everybody down to. We have all these employees now. We're like a real business. It's kind of weird, man. Like I'm still running this thing out of a shed in my backyard. People don't think
Yeah.
it's all there's all these forums out there. People were saying I'm owned by Vortex and stuff. It's not true. Like literally, I'm running this thing out of a shack in my backyard. Um, but I wish it was on my Vortex. There's all kinds of rumors flying about me right now out there. It's awesome.
Eh,
But
whatever.
yeah, we're gonna go fishing in Mexico, taking Mike Hearn, Alex Millward, taking down the owner of NRL, Bo Disciples. I have a new COO running the company now. I had to get like a real person to do business. Sean Ferguson to run the business for me, and we're just blowing up, man. We're gonna at least triple again this year, and it's been a wild freaking ride, man. Like it's just everything I make people want. So I'm trying to balance all this out. I'm trying to bring employees on and try and make it a real business, right? I gave up social media. I gave that over to Luke Dusenberry and his wife. So I'm
Yeah.
still on it, but I'm not running it anymore. I'm trying to allow this thing to be a business, right? And have a team around me. So I'm not the
Yeah.
only one. It's just too much for me, man. I'm tired. It's a
Oh, I
lot of
see that.
travel.
I
Yeah.
really see that social media stuff a lot, right? You always hear where people are like, I want to be engaged with the customer. And then there's a point where it's like, I really want to be engaged with the customer, but I don't have time.
Yeah.
And then you're in the position that you're in. You're traveling all over the place. You're doing all these things, and it's time to kind of really let those reins go. And um, Luke and Alexa are awesome. So that perfect two people to take over for social media.
Yeah, and they're also doing like creative directing for me too, right? So like I have like all these hunts stacked up, and we've got a kid that's gonna edit all these films for me, right? From Africa and Hawaii and all these things. My bear hunt I just went on with Cody Rich, like they're gonna edit all that stuff for me, and they're in charge of that, and they're just better at me at that stuff, right? And it's just this thing's is getting too big, which is awesome, right? It's awesome. I'm living the American dream, right? We're selling stuff like crazy. Can't keep it in stock. I mean, as fast as I can create bipods, they're selling, tripods, and I got some stuff on the works that is going to blow people's minds that you've seen, but I can't share on this
Hmm.
podcast. Um, but I just need people to help me, right? I need, we're working on, putting, Alex Millward in charge of all of our sales and, people just in charge of marketing and people we're at shows every freaking weekend. You know what I mean? And we're
Yeah.
6 tacks to go to and Shields events and NRL matches and, just you name it. So, trying to get Mike Hearn kind of in charge of that stuff and just people who I trust that I think will represent me well to go do these things because I just can't be everywhere,
Right.
right? Like I kind of put
Right.
this thing on my back for the first 5 years, and it's getting to a point now where it's like, oh wow, we have to have a legitimate business and get some people to help me do it, right? So it's still like, but it has to be people who, morally agree with me, people who, have faith in the Lord, and people who want to, see my vision go forward, right? And that's what that's why, like, you'll always see postcards in all of our packages still. You'll always see us go above and beyond. Something breaks, we're going to replace it. You know what I mean? Like, we're always going to go above and beyond for
Mhm.
the customer. But I'm just not capable of having 8 arms, and
No.
doing all these
And
things
there's a
anymore.
point where you just can't do it, right? And that's when
Yeah.
support comes in and you start to get sh staff. Um, I think you're in that spot. Like you said, you're living that American dream, and things have gotten to that point that it's time to grow and it's time to bring on new people. So you're doing just that. But
Yeah, yeah, we're trying, and like I said, we're just gonna. It just no matter what I do right now, it just keeps tripling every year. 3, 4x every year, and it's pretty scary. It's not scary. It's just a wild ride. It takes a lot to do that. A lot of infrastructure, a lot of capital. I mean, my goodness, we're still stretching things out as much as we can to make things happen. And I just need help around me to do it and make it bigger, because I think this thing is just getting started. I think some of the ideas in my head are just coming out, and I'm not ready to stop creating yet. And I need a team around me to help me kind of get to where I want to get to, which is the biggest and baddest tripod company out there. Not just in the hunting space, in the photography space, in the shooting space, across the board. That's my goal, is just to build this thing and do, you know, the best.
the best all
Yeah.
around, right? Doing
And
it
we know
all.
how much you please take that clip, Matt Allwine, and talk about how I said we're the best. Because yes, I want to be the best. That's
He
my
would
goal.
never do that.
No, he would never do that. But no, that's my goal for this thing. I know I'm getting some hate for that right now for saying that, but I I want to be the best at everything I do. I want this company to grow, and I want to create products that just make hunters better. Right? I
Yeah.
love, like, this bipod. I mean, like, I don't even know the body count this bipod has on it yet already. I mean, we've for 6,000 bipods sold. We're out of stock already. I mean, we're not shipping anything out until July now. If you want one, order it now, because we're going to be. I mean, they're selling so fast, and just the body count is just incredible. I mean, people are just killing bears like crazy, and we're killing stuff all over the world with it right now, and I love that. I get off on that more than anything. I don't care about the money. The money doesn't matter to me when it comes to this company. It really doesn't. Um, what matters to me is just creating really cool products, making people
Yeah.
better at hunting. And then the money's a byproduct of that, right? Like, I don't, like, nothing I do is based on, like, I've got to make dollars, right? It's all based on, I mean, obviously it has to make money. That's nice. So I can pay for people to work for me. But, like, what I really get off on is creating products that are just making people better. They're finding more animals. They're shooting more animals. They're getting more things killed because I'm giving them the tools to do it in a simple way. And it's the coolest feeling in the world, man. I got the coolest job in the
Yeah.
world, dude. It's I can't even describe it. It's the coolest job in the world. Like, it's so rad.
So that bipod, let's talk about the bipod, right? Because it is
Yeah.
wildly successful at this point. I know you talked about it a little bit, but um, so when that thing first released, the initial pre-orders went out, right? And I was shooting at a match down in Silver City, New Mexico, and there was a guy that had one, and he was like the most popular kid at school, right? Everybody wanted to talk to him. Everybody wanted to check out the bipod, check out the bipod. Saw a lot of people playing around with it and goofing around with it. I got the chance to play with it and really liked it. And then I got mine in the mail just like 2 days after that match. So I have mine on there now. And the other day I went to the range to shoot with a buddy of mine. I had mine on my rifle and looked over and I was like, man, he's got a Tricer on his too. And
Yeah.
it's starting to be like the standard, right? That thing is it's just
Yeah.
starting to go up all over the place on all kinds of rifles. He had the short legs on his. He was shooting off a
Don't understand that, but people love them. Don't understand
no,
it.
so I will tell you, I did not understand it either because I had the long legs on mine, but I
Yeah.
had to have mine splayed all the way out, and
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
took up
Some space.
a significant amount of space
Takes some
of
space.
real
It does.
estate
18 to
on
20
the
inches, something
bench,
like that. Yeah.
and he had the short legs on his, and I was like, I okay, now I see the function there,
Yeah.
right? Just pop those short legs on, and he was just his setup just looked much better. He had a little bit more maneuverability, and then it kind of hit me. Well, I have short legs too because it comes in the set,
Yeah.
right? You get everything that you could possibly need. So, looking forward, next time I'm going to be shooting off of benches, I'll probably put the short legs on and go
The
shoot
short
off
ones
a
on.
bench.
Yeah.
And
100%.
then he had the rubber feet, and I had the
So you're
Steak
tearing
feet.
you're tearing up the bench a little bit, where the rubber feet are great for the bench, not tearing the bench
Yeah.
up. Yeah, yeah, I see that. I just for me, I'm just a long leg guy. But like, I mean, a lot of guys. When I was in Africa, I had to like fight then to put the long legs back on the bipods. Because they love the short legs on the bipod, right? And you can
Hmm.
still do so much. You can go up to 12 inches tall with it. I mean, it's a lot. It gets you a lot of height out of it. And you do a lot. And some guys just love them. Cody Rich loves the short legs. Brad Hunt loves the short legs. I just like the long legs because I just want to know that I have everything I need in my bag of tricks to get something
Yeah.
killed. And
Yeah.
I do like that, man. Like, I don't know that we're the industry standard yet, but I mean, I think we can get there. I do think we'll be the best selling hunting bipod. I know that Shields were already outselling everything in their store, hands down. I know the Bass Pro Shops just picked us up, so you'll hear that first here. Like, Bass Pro Shops taking the bipods on. I know the
Nice.
Sportsman's Warehouse is picking us up. I mean, everyone wants the bipod, man. It's just like, I don't know, man. It's just a bipod, but it just does everything. I don't know.
Well,
It's like,
it does everything, and it does it at an affordable price, and
yeah.
you just the functionality that comes with it at the price that you have it set at is it's phenomenal, and that's why you get what you got.
What's funny is too, like I've never held like the competition's bipods, but I get to mess with the one recently. We're talking like $1,000 bipod, and there was so much play in it versus this one, and I'm like, man, I thought like it's just a really good bipod. The Tricer
It
is,
is.
and I'm just
I
impressed with it. I
agree.
would never put anything out that I wouldn't like, and I wouldn't use, and it's just I don't know, man. It just kind of does everything I need it to do, and there are some guys out there that are kind of hating on me because they want me to get rid of the panning feature that's in it, but I like the panning feature. And I think if I got rid of the panning feature, then most guys would complain there's no panning. You know what I mean? It's like you
Yeah,
can't
right.
please everybody,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like I know everyone at Rockslide just loves giving me a hard time for that, but I love those guys. Like if it wasn't for those guys, I wouldn't get
Yeah.
half the crap I get because they just give me crap all the time. But
Life would be easier, right?
I've been staying off of there lately. I'm like, I just don't want to read. I'm pretty bad about that stuff. Like I don't like being not being on social media is nice, but like I don't read. Like there's already been some really good articles written on the bipod and tripods and Guns America. There's a bunch of articles out there, and I won't read them, even though they're good articles. I refuse to read articles about my stuff. Like I don't know. I'm just kind of like I would
Well, you'll
listen to.
end up making 10 changes if you read one.
Yeah, and like I want like you. Chad's one of my like. I mean, you guys know this. Chad's my producer for the show, but also somebody who I trust who runs a lot of my prototypes. Right? Like you would think I'd be giving it to like some of these like huge name dudes, but like no, Chad's somebody who I trust, so I know it's actually gonna be good feedback. Right?
Mhm. I'll give
Chad,
you
Cody
honest
Rich,
feedback for sure.
honest feedback, right? Like, so if Chad called me, he's like, "Hey, man, do this, and this." I'm like, "Okay, I've got it." But if I put it out to the masses, there's going to be people who are going to complain about everything, right? I can't fix everything in one item as much as I can. But yeah, man, it's just been successful. I don't know, man. It's just it hasn't. It's been successful. It's the only way to put it, man. Like I said, 6,000 of those things sold since March, I guess. So two, three
Yeah.
months sold, and
Yeah.
and we only had them in stock since May, and we've sold out of them like crazy. And yeah, we got a bunch more coming in, and I mean, golly, I mean, I don't know how much we're gonna sell this year, but it's gonna be a lot, more than I can produce,
It's a
I'm
good
sure.
thing.
More than I could produce this year. I think if you want it, you probably should buy it during the summer. Probably should buy. We're gonna have a sale next week. We're gonna get 15% off sale, July 1st through 7th for 4th of July. So probably should buy it then. It's the only chance you're gonna get it on sale until like the end of September. But
Is it pre-order right now? I was actually gonna just go to the
no,
website
I
and
think we have it
yeah.
on the site and just put it down as we're shipping out in end of June because it'll be in stock. I have 1,000 more coming in. A couple thousand more coming in right now, but it's just I don't know. You can't predict this stuff. Like my original goal was like also 10,000. That'd be awesome. If I could sell 10,000, it'd be incredible. And now I'm like, we might sell 30,000. It's
Yeah,
crazy. Like it's like
you're gonna hit 10,000 before
I'll hit
hunting
10.
season.
I'll hit 10,000 way before hunting season, right? And
Yeah.
then I just don't think I could even produce 30,000. So I don't know. So if you want it, I'd buy it now, and not wait till October because I know for a fact we're going to be fighting this selling out all the time. It's just like
Oh,
they're
absolutely.
selling. We're selling,
Yeah.
50 bipods a day or something. It's crazy. I mean, they just sell and sell and sell and sell. But I mean, there's a reason for it. People like it. I mean, no one's really complaining about it. We haven't really had any issues. The only issue we had is people leaving the set screws in, removing the legs, and breaking them because they don't take the set
Whoops.
screws out. So
Yeah.
I actually changed the design on the new ones coming in to where they can't do that anymore. Still use the set screws, but I fix something inside of there because it's just people get excited, man. They don't. There's two set screws on there. Take the set screws out before you remove the legs, but
Yeah.
they get excited and they're removing them and breaking some of the threads in there and stuff. So a few guys like that, but not many. We're talking, 4 or 5 guys that did it, and they still work without the piece they broke, but just whatever.
So the bipod is a hot new item, definitely, and selling well. Do you have anything else coming up that you want? I know you have stuff coming up, but is there any little hints you want to drop or talk about any new products that
Yeah,
you
no,
got
we can talk
coming?
about all kinds of stuff. I mean, the bipod definitely is like the cat's meow. I mean, that's the one that's just taken over way beyond what I thought it would do. Like it's awesome, right? I think we'll be the best selling hunting. I think it will be the standard. I think like back in the day, like when I was really getting the backpack hunting, I think Spartan was a standard, right? Like everyone wanted a Spartan. I think Tricer will be the new standard. Like everyone's gonna have this Tricer on their rifle, and plus it just works with. It's universal. It works with pick. It works with Arca. It works with a swivel stud. So it's just like it's going to be the new, which is cool. It's freaking awesome, man. Like Tricer's to be the bipod. Definitely want to talk about like that HK tripod which coming out. I got a
Yeah, I
few
want to
thousand.
talk about that too.
I got a few thousand of those coming in. That's that new shooting tripod that we have. The hunting tripod, right? So it's
Hmm.
like a essentially JC leg. So it's like a 28, no, 25, 28, 31 millimeter leg, inverted leg shooting tripod with an aluminum inverted ball head with the stainless steel ball, stainless steel inner, and a gun clamp for $599. It's essentially a professional level shooting tripod for $599, all in the full kit. You get it right there. Um, I think that's gonna be our best selling tripod. I
Did you
think
say it
going
has the JC legs?
the JC legs, no weights, the same
No
diameter
weights.
legs,
Okay.
same
Yeah. Yeah.
diameter
Okay.
legs. People will understand what I'm saying when I say that. Just the diameter is 25, which is essentially the diameter is basically 1 inch, 1 1/8, 1 1/4.
Hmm.
Want to do it like that. Where the AD is 7/8, 1 inch, 1 1/8. So it's one size bigger than the AD on the legs. Um, and then it comes with the head and everything for $599. And then you could buy the tripod by itself as well for like $329, I think, if you wanted to. Man, you can't beat that deal with the gun clamp and the. It's just that thing came out of me going to Texas last year and just getting my butt kicked. I went to these shows down in Texas and we were selling, ADs, and these guys were like, binoculars on a tripod. What are you talking about? Binoculars on a tripod,
I've
like
hunted Texas plenty of
we don't,
times. I get
can you
it.
shoot off it? All they want to do is shoot. Cause I mean, they sit in a blind. I mean, they don't even use
Hmm.
binoculars half the time. They're just sitting there in a blind. The thing walks in, within 100 yards, it's getting shot over a corn feeder. You know what I mean? And all they
Yep.
care about is shooting off it, right? And shooting pit. And the big thing right now is like shooting standing for pigs and stuff, and they're all running these bog tripods, which I mean, granted, it's like the best thing out there right now, but they're just heavy. They're all plastic. The heads are plastic, and I think they're high end ones like $450 or something. And I'm not knocking them, but I just saw that and I was like, man, I can create a higher end one of these, right, for the industry to use. So I mean, there's going to be a low entry, right? Would be those bog tripods, or you can buy a Tricer. And I feel like there's just some of the stuff is just so gimmicky, like the Jim Shockey trigger sticks and the Primo sticks, like all the stuff in the
Yeah.
Predator market is just so gimmicky and thin legged and just I don't know. I was like, they just don't have like a high level hog tripod or a high level coyote tripod. We're kind of making do with what they have out there. And I was like, well, I can do better than that and make a real nice tripod. And that's what we did with the HK and the HK kit. I wanted everything in one box to kind of compete with those guys, and I think we're going to sell the snot out of them. We're kind of going like the goal now for Tricer is like kind of feel like we're kind of kings of the West right now. Is I want to go east, like my new
Yeah.
CO. I have a
Well,
new CO.
it's time, right? I think
I
it's
want to
time.
go east. I want to go into that market. I want to go into the whitetail market, the hog market, the predator market, and to go into all those guys back there because we haven't even started to go Colorado East. Like we're just
Hmm.
getting like when I say like we're just growing and growing and growing, we haven't even touched that market yet, right? Like we're still, barely in the Western market, and now we're gonna go to East and it's just gonna blow us up even more. And this tripod's made for those guys, it's made for these guys in Texas who they don't even comprehend putting the binoculars on a tripod, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know who it is made for? One of the two people on this podcast right now has an oryx hunt this year,
Oh
and
yeah.
he's probably going to need an HK to shoot off of because it's on the missile range and there's a lot of tall grass and brush to shoot
Yep.
over. So I think it's going to be perfect for that type of environment too. Even here in the West, right? It doesn't have to be Texas, but there is a lot of opportunity to shoot off a tripod out here. Antelope hunting, it's perfect, right?
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what those long legs on the bipod will do for you as well most of the time. But yeah, you can standing up all day long, shoot off this thing standing. Now, when is the hunt dates for that?
For my hunt,
Yeah,
oh, it's a long time.
is it
Next
in
year,
February
2026. Yeah.
2026, like February hunt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
coming out
see.
for it?
Maybe I might. I've always wanted to do that hunt. I've never drawn it. I might be interested in flying out there and helping you. I know it's a pretty easy hunt.
It's actually, you know what? I'm sorry you can't because you have to. I've already turned in the names of the
Uh,
people because they do background check and all the stuff for the hunt. So you're
as a
welcome to come out and hang out. We're planning to set up some campers and have a nice camp out of it. You're welcome to come and play.
No,
But
I don't want to sit at the gates with you guys going and kill oryx. I just want to experience.
we will, yeah.
I put him for the off range now, and I still haven't drawn it in 3 or 4 years. Putting the off range in. I used to do the on range hunt, and it's just for a non res. It's like 1% odds to draw that
Oh,
stupid
it's
tag.
terrible. Yeah.
So I just put in for the off range now. I think it's like a 10% draw, but I still haven't drawn it. So I'm trying. I want to get an oryx. Like they have them out. They have them in Texas, which I don't want to shoot in
Mhm.
Texas for expensive, and they have them in Africa. But if I'm going to shoot one, I really want to shoot one in New Mexico for some reason. Even though it's an African animal, I think like the one in New Mexico is what I want. So I'm like just waiting to draw that tag, and eventually I'll draw that tag and I'll go shoot one.
They're pretty cool here because you just don't expect to see them. It's always kind of
Yeah.
one of those times where you're out. Well, what happened to me was we're out mule deer hunting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking for deer. And then all of a sudden you see the most random looking animal.
Yep.
You're like, oh, yeah, that's an oryx.
Yep.
Holy crap. So they're pretty cool to see. But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm
I've had the
going to
same
have to get one
experience.
of those. I'm going to have
Same
to get one of those
experience.
from you.
Same experience doing barberries out there, just hunting barberries, and you
Yep.
look up and 100 yards away, there's a freaking striped thing standing there. It does not fit the landscape, right?
Does not at all.
And it's
But
like,
they're
oh,
beautiful.
there's an
Yeah.
oryx. They're beautiful, and you definitely would do a rug, I imagine, right? Or are you going to shoulder mount it?
I will probably do a rug and a Euro mount.
That's what I would do.
Reality, I honestly don't have space for that type of. I don't have space for one to do a full shoulder mount, so I'll probably just do a Euro. Put it in. Oh, you can't see the corner because I've got my border wall background here.
I know. I
I
don't know
don't
what you got
understand.
going on here. Like I feel like I'm down on the border right now. Your freaking background on here is
Yeah,
just.
here we are at the border of New Mexico. Not really. Um, I don't have space. I don't know. I don't know what I would do if I killed a big bull elk either. It'd probably be a Euro mount that went in the garage or something. I just
I
don't have
like
space for
euros.
it.
Everything I got in Africa this year's coming back as a euro. I'm going to get a couple rugs. Like I'm doing the rug of the zebra. That's it. But I just like euros. I don't know. I can say we're kind of getting off the Tricer thing right now. That I was in we hung my kid's buck up from last year, and I was telling my wife on the phone. I was like, man, like I can't wait to look at this buck the rest of my life. Like it's just such a cool buck that I'm like, man, like I'm so glad we mounted this thing because it's just such a with so much character and so much going on and all these just distorted antlers and giant eye guards. I'm like, I'm so glad we mounted this buck, and it was cool to see that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have much space for big animals either. And plus, I kill so much stuff now. Like I just like on top of my fridge in my office, I think there's 10 deer up there now from last season. Like I mean, just between me and my kids.
Well, you
And
guys had a hell of a year last year, man.
yeah, this year is going to be a year of me just guiding. So I'll kill some
Good.
stuff. I'm
Yeah.
guiding most of
Yeah.
the time.
Okay, so the HK, that's another big hitter that's coming out pretty soon.
That's going to be in stock like this week or next week. So it's coming in right
Okay.
now. It'll be on the site. I think we've already pre-sold like 500 of them. So we'll probably run out that one pretty quick.
Okay.
But I think once that one gets traction, it'll be our best sell. I think it'll outsell the AD, honestly, just because like it's just the shooting is so much more prevalent than that's what I'm learning with the bipod, right? It's so much more prevalent than the glassing. And I mean, I know like I'm the anti shooting tripod guy. Like I'm always like tripods are for glassing first. Everyone wants to shoot off them, man. That's why like our DZ head is like sells 3 to 1 to our BP head because it's a shooting head, right? It's shooting specific. Like it's just the whole like, and that's kind of what we're seeing, right? Is we're seeing this as a company owner. I'm seeing like, hey, everyone wants to shoot off their tripod. Let's make shooting tripods, and it's just where the industry is going. Everyone right now is pushing towards this thing, and you can glass off it as well if you wanted to. And plus, you can even run an LP head on top of the shooting head if you wanted to, kind of like
Mhm.
the reverse DZ, and do that, and then pop your LP off because LP's ARCA and put your rifle on there, or you can
Or a
glass off
360.
or a 360. I mean, I glass off the ball as well. Like, I mean, when I went to Africa, I only used that tripod to glass off of. And you can do it. You can gloss off a ball head. It's just not my like when you're so used to like a buttery smooth LP or BP pan head, like, and you go to a ball head, it's just like, oh gosh, this is terrible.
Yeah. I agree with that. Or I always it gets too floppy for me.
It's
I
too
just like
much, and
the
like you could
standard.
tension it really. It has good tension, but it's just not the same as like man, you get behind an LP, it's just I just spent, 8 days in Montana hunting bears, not killing bears. And man, you sit behind the LP and you're just like, oh man, this is awesome. And then that LP was on top of something new that I can't talk about on this podcast, but I'll tell you what, that new thing that it was on top of is just so cool. And you're sitting there and it's glassing like that for, you know, 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day. You're just like, man, this is the life. This is why I made this company. This pan head is so enjoyable to gloss off of. And when you use a ball head, you just don't get that same feeling because it's just you're kind of fighting it. You know what I mean? Like I want this like buttery smooth transition, a little bit of up, and I don't want to think about it. Just like just like I'm painting, like I'm
Yeah.
freaking Daniel over here on Karate Kid is painting the fence. You know what I mean? Just glassing the thing. Just
Uh-huh.
that'd be a good reel
Um,
right there.
when did the window mount come out?
Oh, dude, that thing came out last year and sold like a
Oh,
thousand
okay.
in the first month. We sold the crap out of that thing. You know what's
That thing
funny?
came out that long ago? It seemed like that was,
No, it
like,
came
in the
out
last
last
6
year
months.
because no, it was like October of last year because my kid had his mule deer hunt and it
Okay.
came out in October. But like our first month, we sold like 1,000. I don't know how many we sell now. We sell a ton of those things. Um, I've never used it. Like I designed it and used it.
Really?
I designed it and used it like as like I kind of knew like that's one of the things that's like really beneficial for me. Like even with like our bipod, like I've never used like an MDT bipod, even though I'm getting just hammered. Or I've never used like I didn't even know there's like Hatch Out West. These guys.
Mhm.
I never knew who those guys were until Hunt Expo this year, right? I'm getting hammered now for copying and cheating. And I'm like, I've never even used these bipods before. And it's kind of like how I design everything is without using things, right? And it kind of gives me a different perspective on stuff.
Mhm.
Like with my bipod, it was like I asked me what I needed. With the window mount, I just like looked online and like everyone had these like giant crappy plastic looking things. And I was like, well, I can
Right.
make this smaller and do some stuff with it. And I made like 3 or 4 different designs and I started using it. And I was like, oh, that works. And now we have this window mount that like literally is, I don't know, 2 inches tall and inch and a half wide
Yeah.
that runs a
It's
spotter
really,
all day
really
long.
cool.
It's really
And I
cool.
have one of the old ones. I have one of the very first ones that you sent me as a prototype, and it has less freedom
I need to
of
get you a new one. See,
movement. It's got
when
well, I don't use them that often either. So in
yeah,
reality, that one works fine
I
for
was,
what I do. But then you had, I think I used it and we talked about it, and then you came back and you said, "Hey, I didn't totally change it, but I made it a lot more functional so that it
yeah,
has more
more pitch
pitch."
to it,
There you
right?
go.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like, God forbid anyone have to get out of their truck. So I want to make it so you can just stay in your truck the whole day, drink your coffee, and look for
Nobody's gonna do
animals.
that. I mean, it's hot out there, Drew.
Like,
What the heck?
hot or cold. I don't know, man. Like, I just like the window thing. Like, I get it. What people love it. I mean, obviously it sells, right? People love that thing. We call it the RH. I literally made it a joke. I call it
Road
Road
hunter.
Hunter. Like, I literally made
Yeah.
a joke because like I just not my thing, right? Like I have one in the side by side in the door, of the side by side. I still haven't used it, maybe once or twice for pictures. If you see, I mean, I'm not even really using it in the pictures, right? Like I think I might have
Binos are
used it.
backwards. You're sitting.
Yeah, like I'm not, like I don't know. This is not my thing. I'd much rather get out of the truck and get on a tripod. Just how I am. Right? I'd much rather get out of the truck and on a tripod. But I guess if I lived in Montana and it was freezing balls out and negative degrees, like I'd want to have the heater on that thing on the window, and then I'd be like all about it
Yeah.
because I mean,
Yeah, I'm
and
the same. I normally, like, if I'm hunting where I know I'm gonna be hopping in and hopping out and hopping in, I just leave my tripod set up or
yeah,
extended,
with the binos
and
on it
I either
sometimes.
toss it in the back of the truck or I throw
Yeah.
it in the back seat, and I put my binos I get out and I put my binos on and I glass from the side of the truck. Um, Occasionally, I'll throw them on the window if it's really cold or
But
really
see,
hot and
but
I leave
we're
the
see, but the
AC running.
difference is this is what I think the difference is. We're southern guys, right? So like
Yeah.
people don't understand like where I hunt. Like most time it's in the 80s. Like it's like not like I want to get out of the truck. My freaking, my nuts are sticking to the seat because it's so hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I
like
You should come to New Mexico today. It was 105 on my way home from work.
yeah, and I think that's what people don't understand is like even like most of my hunts last year were in the 70s to 90 range between New Mexico,
Yeah,
Colorado, Utah. Even my Utah hunts were in the 80s, 70s. It was just I didn't see a reason to sit in the truck and use that thing. But I mean, they love it, man. I'm not trying to, I'm like, this is my product. I'm not knocking it. It's a phenomenal product. Obviously, it sells. People love it. They love it. And we sell the snot out of it. It's a phenomenal window mount. It does its trick. And man, I don't know. Again, I've never owned a window mount except for that one there. And I made that one. It's kind of how
and
I
it
do all my
works.
stuff. It's like, like I've never owned a competitive shooting tripod. I don't own an RRS or a Fat Boy or whatever the other ones are. I don't own them, but I made my own. You know what I mean? Like It's kind of how my mind works. Is I just like kind of
Well,
see, I might see some stuff online and be like, okay, I see what they're doing there. I want to make something better and just make it off of my own, from my own mind and my own creation, rather than try and copy something else and just make it better.
let's talk about the tripod then, or the shooting tripods, because those are those next in the shoot to get released? Well, you said
Those
the
are
HK, and
the
then
HK's coming, the HK kit's coming out right now, and then I have the X's are coming out probably the end of July. The tariffs were kind of fun. It was a fun. We kind of have it still on hold. We dealt some stuff, right? So we have the X tripods coming out next month. We're bringing in like I think 500 of each of them. We'll probably sell through those, I'm sure, very quickly.
mhm.
The DH head's coming as well, which is the same head as the AK head, which is the aluminum one, but it's fully stainless. That's coming as well. And those tripods are just slick, man. Like they need to be proven. I really think I knocked it out of the park with those tripods with the leg lockout device that we designed, with the hexagon legs, with the weighted inserts, with all the set screws that have on there, the push button releases. And I know that I've just managed to piss off half of the competitive shooting world lately. I don't know why, but I am hoping that at some point half the lines run in my tripod. And that's how I win that battle. Right. That's what I tell my team
Yeah,
all the time when they get upset about some of the stuff people put out there. I'm like, don't worry, just give it a year, because these guys, I know how they work. If it's better, they're going to buy it. Whether there's guys out there who hate me or not, they're going to
or
buy
they're
it because it's
gonna
going to
call
make it
you
that
and
much.
ask for a free one, even though
They're
they
calling
talk
me ask for a
shit for a
free
year.
one. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I know that.
I just know for a fact that I'm looking at it. Like these guys who are talking crap about right now, I've never shot off of it. In fact, they've never held it. I have one sitting here. Let me grab it real quick. Hold on. I like having the producer on so you can just edit that part out, me walking away. Like this tripod, it's a work of art. And the thing is, there's guys out there talking crap about it, but they've never seen it. You know why? Because it's the only one in existence, and no one's held it except for me. I'd
Yeah,
be the only, my salesmen don't have it. No one has it except for me, has held the final version of this tripod with the brand new bearing leg lockout device right here. It doesn't pull down anymore, so no more pulling it down and fighting that. With the push buttons, with the twist locks now, like the original version didn't lock as good. These ones lock better. So like any of the smack talk people are talking about from seeing like the first prototype from 4 months ago, they don't know what they're talking about. And the way I win this battle of people talking smack is get this thing in the field and have it just crush everything out there. Because I'm telling you what, this thing is a boat anchor with the weights in there, weighs 12 pounds. You can shoot standing up all day long and kill animals with it.
there ain't
It's
nothing moving
it's
that.
nothing's moving it, dude. Like I'm telling you right now, like my father-in-law, and we shot deer out to 300 yards off of it in Mexico. Like it's expensive. It's $1,000 tripod. But these guys who are thermal hunting hogs, you put your setup on this right here, no
Yeah.
hog is safe. No
What's it
hog
weigh
is safe.
without the weights?
Like 4.5, 5 pounds.
Okay,
It's
that ain't
light.
bad.
It's light.
Yeah,
You can carry it around with no weights all day long.
yeah.
Like when we hunted in Mexico, we used no weights in it and carried it around. And it's freaking rock solid. And if you want like a super solid animal shooting setup, like these guys in blinds who are spending 15 grand on a deer, $1,000 tripod, man. Your $10,000 Gunworks rifle is only good as the tripod it's sitting on. And if you want
Mhm.
the best tripod out there, it's probably gonna be this one. I shouldn't say best, people are gonna get upset. Say it's the best, hasn't been proven yet. But I'm telling you right now, I cannot wait to get this in the field for it to prove itself. Because that's
I
how I
know what
win
I'm
that.
gonna ask Drew for Christmas this year.
Yeah, $1,000 tripod and a $400
$1,000
head.
tripod, there you go.
$1,500 setup. I'm sure you'll get one.
Yeah.
Um, but man, like it's just I'm excited. It hasn't proven itself yet. It's not out there yet, so I know I'm getting a lot of crap for it, which is funny. But it's funny that I'm getting crap from that hasn't even been on the market yet, right? Um,
Right. Well, I don't know. I guess that's just it, right? When you make functional products that people like, there's always going to be somebody out
when
there
your
that
buddy owns a
swings the other
tripod
way, right?
company and I'm pissing him off, right? Whatever. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like there's
it is
just
what it is.
it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's just do better. Make a better product. All I could say. If you don't like my
yeah.
bipod because you own a bipod company, make a better bipod. You know what I
Make
mean?
a
Like
better
at the end of the
bipod, yeah,
day,
of
like
course. Yeah,
let the customers decide. And like I'm not building stuff so I can put money in the other bipod companies' pockets. I'm building it so I can, sell bipods for my family, and make
yeah,
products and like
yeah,
and
absolutely.
push the industry forward. You know what I mean? Like my heaven forbid we only have Hoyt build bows. Right? Or imagine if we only use
Yeah.
bear. Imagine if bear bows were the only guy out there, and we only use bear bows still. Does anyone shoot a bear anymore? I don't even know. A bear compound? I don't want.
Like 1 or 2 people, I think that's about it.
I mean, like you
No,
know what
they're
I mean.
still
But
out there. They're great entry level type of thing, right?
well, I
But
mean, they have to make
you
compound
are
stuff. But
right. Think back 20, well, shoot, even more than that. God, I'm getting old. 35, 40 years ago, people were shooting only bear because that was
Yeah,
really the only option that was out there. There's a few others, right? Some old
yeah.
Dartons and things like that, but competition is it's what it makes creativity. That's
That's
why
it.
guys keep coming
100%.
out with better and better stuff because somebody else comes out with something better.
You just push it, and that industry, it's so microscopic, but it's just getting so much better exponentially, right? Like my first bow was a bear compound, like I don't know, it was '08 or something. But man, like I'm shooting that RX8 now from Hoyt, and thank God Hoyts are making bows. Thank
Yeah.
God they're forcing people like Bowtech to step up their game, make their bows better, and PSC make their bows better. Because like once the Matthews, like that lift came out and that RX came out, like every other bow company had to be like, crap, we gotta be better.
Hmm.
Nobody was like, oh, screw Hoyt for screwing over Bowtech. No, everyone's
Yeah.
like,
Right.
Bowtech, get
Right.
better. But no, Tricer makes a tripod, and it's like, look at this asshole. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That guy's so dumb. His
That
product's
guy's
garbage.
that guy's the
Yeah.
worst. He's making a. There's other guys who make tripods in the world. Well, yeah, there
Yeah.
is. There are guys who make
I'll be
bipods.
darned.
And like, man, like I root for every one of those guys, man. Like I'm friends with them. I'm friends with the other companies. Like I don't. You're never gonna hear me coming out here bashing on other tripod companies and stuff. But man, like I'll tell you what, I make a tripod on the whole internet. I mean, there's full pages dedicated to hating me now. It's awesome. And all I'm trying to do is make a better tripod, man. These new X tripods, I think they're the cat's meow. I think there's nothing like them out there. The
Good.
carbon fiber is 8x carbon, but it's 1.5 times thicker than anything out there. They're hexagon legs. They are rock solid. You're not going to find a more stable tripod. I'm sorry. And you can, that's it. And if stability is the name of the game, it's probably going to win at the end of the day. And that's my goal,
Yeah.
is
Good.
to be a winning tripod company. If people want to buy it and use it, because I know those guys spend hours and hours and hours loading bullets to make them just, a 1/32 more accurate. You can get a tripod for $1,000 that makes you more accurate. I
Yep.
guarantee you're going to buy it, guys. Even though you're talking crap about me now, you're
Some
going
of
to
them
buy it.
will. They will, guaranteed. And they
Oh, they
probably
will.
are already. They probably already have the bipod.
Yeah, they probably already the bipod because the
Yeah.
bipod, like, yes, there's other guys out there making them that weigh twice as much weight. So now you can put another pound on your rifle and use my bipod, right?
That's it.
What's funny is like I didn't even create my bipod to be a competition shooting bipod. Like I've been getting compared to MBT so much, and I think MBT is phenomenal. I didn't create my bipod to compete with MBT. I've never even used one. I
Hmm.
created it for guys who go hunting and to use in shooting situations, like hunting situations, not like competition. And
Right.
yes, it's going to use in competitions. I use it in competition all the time now, but it wasn't made for that. It was made for hunting. That's it. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
I've never used an MDT bipod in my life. I held one for the first time 2 weeks ago. First time in my life, 2 weeks ago.
Right.
And the awesome dudes. Like I'm not out here trying to take those guys out. I'm just making a bipod for guys who like to go kill animals. If you want to use it for matches, go for it.
And they work for both.
It works for both. It
They're
works for
very
both, dude.
functional.
And
That's what's good about them.
it works for both. Like it's literally just made for. That's where the legs are. They're like, why do you make pull legs? They're faster. I'm like, yeah, they're heavier. Like I didn't make it. Like I'm not trying to be, you know, doing a 2-second setup to shoot a deer. Like most time I'm gonna have time. I'm gonna get myself set up and do it.
Hmm.
I want the weight. 'Cause I'm carrying the bipod around all the time. I don't want a 2-pound bipod. I want a 15-ounce bipod.
Yep.
I don't
Absolutely.
know. Sorry.
What hunch you got this year?
Oh, I got all kinds of hunts, dude. You know that.
Yeah. Probably too many to talk about.
No, we can talk about them. We got some stuff. I mean,
Oh,
actually,
here's what. How
I don't
about
have a
this?
ton.
No. This is what I want to know. I know you got a lot of hunts. I want to know if you attempted to burn your Arizona deer points this year. Because I think on the last podcast, the one we did in February, we had a little back and forth that was like, I think I'm going to burn my points this year. And so now I'm curious.
You want to
Are
know
you
why I
planning to burn
didn't?
them?
You know why I
Oh,
didn't?
you didn't. Okay.
Because I'm probably gonna be an Arizona resident next year, and I'm gonna have
Ah,
15
okay.
points. 15 points as a resident. Get that lifetime license.
Yeah.
Spend
Yeah.
a few years over in Arizona. Get that lifetime license, and I'm gonna do some sick hunts. So I'm
Yeah.
probably.
You good call.
I think I might have. I think I put in for some points only because I'll tell you why. My season's shot. My kids are freaking just blocked me everywhere. My kids suck. They got so many tags this year. Freaking kids, man. So my kids, my father, they'll ruin my season, which is gonna be awesome. So I'm still stoked. I'm so happy for my kids. You'll hear some tags right now. They're
Yeah,
pretty
yeah, yeah.
sweet. So, anyways, I'm gonna go. I'm going to go fishing in Mexico here in a couple weeks, taking down the team. And I'm going to come back. I'm going to go spend a week in Colorado end of July to go glassing, scouting for sheep or for goats. My buddy Ed drew a goat tag. Come back from that, I'm flying to Alaska with Eric Chester from Hushin, Ben Denamani, Shed Crazy, and then Brad Hunt for a filmed. We're doing open sight lever action deer hunt. So we're doing sick blacktails out there, 2 deer tags each in the velvet. It'll be fun. We're doing lever actions. It'll be really cool doing that hunt. Come back from that. I'm going to drive my kid to college. He's going to college. I'll probably do some coyote hunting up the coast. I'm going to bring my trailer with me and just tow my side by side up, sleep in the truck, and do some coyote hunting all the way up with the kid, bring him up to college. And then I'll come back from that. And I have a Colorado, my second choice Colorado tag. So I got to make a decision. Do I want to return this tag or not? My wife would probably say yes. I'll tell you why. My son drew the statewide general rifle tag for elk youth during the rut in
Get
Utah.
out.
So he has the statewide
Huh.
Utah general tag during the rut. So if you know how Utah works, Utah's archery season ends September 4th. It goes like August 1st through September 4th, something like that, August
Mhm.
14th, September 4th. So you can't hunt them during the rut with a bow. My son has the tag that goes from September 13th to 23rd in Utah statewide for any general unit with a rifle. So I have that hunt. So I'm like, do I want to go to Colorado? Like I know where I can go and sit a wallow. So I was thinking
I'd
about me
turn it
hunting.
back in.
I think
I'd
I'm gonna
turn
turn
that
it back
back.
in because like I just like I want to stay married. I'll get into this why I
Yeah.
want to stay married. I mean, I want
Yeah.
to stay married for many reasons, but so once these freaking kids, he has that tag for the 23rd. Well, him and his 11-year-old brother drew a New Mexico tag on a military base for mule deer with a 70% success rate. That starts on the 25th of September. So we're going to go from the 13th to 23rd in Colorado or Utah down to New Mexico on the 25th through like the 4th or something like that. So I'm like, so we're
Okay.
back to back hunts for them. And I'm like, do I really want to go to Colorado for 5 days to sit water? I'll probably turn that tag back and just get the $800 in my pocket and spend some time with the family in beginning of September. I can hunt locally here, San Diego. I have an archery deck here in San
Yep.
Diego open September 1st, which is boring, but maybe I'll go kill a freaking doe with my bow. I don't know. So I had that Colorado tag in my pocket. It didn't cost me any points. I'm probably just gonna turn it back because I just want to stay
Yeah.
married.
I probably would too.
I come back
Was
from
it
that.
last year? Yeah, and well, you're beyond that time where you have like 6 days or 7 days after the draw where you can turn it back and save your points and get a full refund. But you're beyond that, so you'll have to just get the refund.
Yeah, but it was my second choice anyway, so I'll just get a refund. I don't think there
Yeah,
was
you
no
just get
points.
the refund on it.
I need to
Yeah.
return it. I just need to figure out how to do it and turn it back. It's hard, man, because you just want to hunt all the time, you know. But at the same time, like you say that until you get like, I've done it enough now to where you just know you get into it and you're like, oh, I'm tired of hunting. Like you kind of get out there long enough. I'm going to be gone for 45 days hunting straight. Then it's not really feasible. So
Yeah, it's easy to say I wanna hunt all dang, I was having this really good conversation the other day. Maybe it was on my podcast, I don't remember, but we were talking about drawing tags and how, like, when you have a whole bunch of tags, you start to think, I don't have time for that. I just don't. And it's almost better to have 1 or 2 tags than it
yeah,
is because I have a bunch. I'm at the point now where something has to give. Like if I draw an Arizona deer tag, things are dropping off. I'm returning tags or I'm
yeah,
going to eat tags because everything I have will go to that Arizona tag,
yeah,
right? So I have to
yeah,
give up an antelope hunt or I have to give up a mule deer hunt or I've got something's got to go because I just have. I mean, I have life, right? I got to work. I
yeah.
don't have vacation all the time, and so
Yeah, that's our thing with Tricers. I can kind of hunt whenever I want. It's got to make sure
well, you
I have
got
other
that going
kids
for
and a
you.
wife, right? So it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know, man. And it's the same unit I hunted last year, and I swore to myself I'm never going back to that unit unless I go back after the 10th. And I'm like, I'd have to go hunt it again the first through like the 5th. I could drive over myself. It's like an 18-hour drive, backpacking by myself, sit this wallow. I'll probably kill a bull. You can shoot a cow with the tag too. I definitely can kill a cow down there. But I'm like by myself. I got a pack. It's like a 3 mile hike out uphill, a couple thousand feet. I'm like, do I really want to go down there and do that? Heat in September by myself, and then drive home, be home for like 2 days, and go back to Utah with my kid. I'm kind of like, why don't I just take the beginning of September off, enjoy it, do that. So we
yeah,
get back from that, and they go to New Mexico for their mule deer tag, which we'll definitely kill in that hunt. That's both boys, the 11-year-old and the 17-year-old at the time. Well, actually, they'll be 12 and 17 at the time. And we'll get them done on that one, which I'm excited for. The 11-year-old killed a bunch of animals in Africa. He's ready to kill. He's got a really bitchin'. Seekins is building a really cool rifle right now. I'm excited for that hunt.
Yeah,
So we
that'd be
go do
cool.
that with him. And then we come back from that and we're going to Africa for missions. So I'm taking my daughter and my son to Africa from like the 23rd through like the 8th of November. So it was like when they announced the dates, I was like, please don't do that. It's like the worst dates possible. Like I want to go to Utah so bad this year and hunt mule deer where my kid killed his buck last year, and I can't go because this Africa thing's screwing it up. But whatever, God will reward me. God gave me an awesome tag for my kid, so I'm not gonna hunt that. So we'll come back from that. Then the boys should draw Arizona deer again, so they'll have the Arizona deer tags, and then that'll back to back up to my father-in-law's Arizona bull tag. So I'm gonna go hunt. I'll go hunt deer with my boys over in Arizona until like the 23rd, and then the 24th, my father-in-law's bull hunt opens up in Arizona as well. So we'll go hunt bulls. So I'll be in Arizona for at least 2 weeks straight for that. Um, so I'm hunting a lot, right? And then in
Yeah, you got a lot going on.
December I have off, so I'm gonna fly over to South North Dakota with Ben, and we're gonna do whitetails with our. I've never killed a whitetail. I'm gonna do whitetails with the lever actions with the guys from Timber Ninja, which would be kind of fun.
Hmm.
And then January we're doing a hunt giveaway. It should be live now, actually. If you're listening to this, every $10 spent up until September 1st gets you a chance to go hunt with me and Luke Dusenberry on a J. Scott Ranch for Coos deer. And we're gonna film the hunt and everything, and pay the whole thing's paid for. So every $10 spent on
Um,
Tricer.com. It's not
is that
announced
on
yet, I don't
the?
think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's not.
Well, this
There's
will go out Friday, so
apparently there's a bunch of legal troubles with like going bring people to Mexico. I don't know. I'm like the kind of guy who's like, hey, this is what I want done, and now they're like, I have like I said, we're a real business now. I can't just do stuff anymore. I have like someone in charge of me. I have like a boss.
yeah,
I hired a
yeah.
boss.
You hired a
I have a
boss.
boss, and he's like,
Well,
oh, we gotta talk to a lawyer about this, and so that'll happen. So
oh
we'll have that hunt in
man.
January.
Okay,
I don't know. So I'm pretty stacked. I've got hunts every month. Things are gonna die. Things always die. We're gonna film it all. It is
good.
kind of a bummer that I don't have any really hunts for myself between August and December. But I mean, it's my kid's last year hunting, man. Like that's an awesome tag, killing a bull during the
Yeah,
rut in Utah. I mean, that's going to be just a phenomenal tag. I got some good info coming in for some friends over there, just where to go. And I think with 10 days, we'll get a bull killed, a pretty good bull killed too. I think we'll kill a good 6 by bull on that tag and get it done. I don't think it'll be a giant, but might be able to get a 320 inch bull down and be
it's a
happy.
pretty good bull.
Pretty good bull.
Yeah. What else you got? Anything else?
Oh, I'm working on something that I can't talk about. It's pretty cool.
Maybe on the next one that we do.
Maybe on the next one that we do, maybe. I don't know. I gotta, yeah, maybe. But no, other than that, I mean, we're doing pretty good, man. I'm sure I have some other stuff I'm working on and things in the works that I haven't talked about yet. I'm working on a new NL14 bino clamp because those new pair of 52s are so weird. So I'm making a new bino clamp for those right now. There's all kinds of stuff, dude. There's always stuff going through my head and things coming out. It's just, it's to the point now where I have to be like more secretive about some of the stuff we're doing because we might not
Yeah.
release till next year now, and I got to be like,
Well,
I don't
yeah.
know.
People are watching now a lot closer than they were when you were a smaller company.
Yeah, I'm a real business now, right? And it's one of these things where like we're getting big enough to where people just kind of buy whatever we put out, and I don't want to take away from other sales, and
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
Are you
it's
working
fun.
on a clamp or like
A
a
clamp,
stud?
a clamp
Okay.
for the
Yeah.
NL14s because right now what I do is I have to use like some I should put a video together for it. I actually just use some pinstriping tape on my 14s to grow it up a little bit because they're so tapered. It clamps on there really good. So I got to make like a tapered clamp to work on the 14s
Hmm.
better because I just don't want people using tape on their 14s to make it work. It's just that the Swarovski man is everything. So I love Swarovski. They just gave me a set of these 14s, which I'm super stoked for. Thank you, Swarovski, for 14s. Like everyone wants them. I got a free pair, but I want to make.
Yeah.
I always say I want my clamps to be like worthy of the bino, and right now I don't think it is. I want to make a clamp that's made specifically for that 52 bino because it's just such a weird. God bless those guys, but everything they do is so weird. And that bino, nothing on it's round. It's oval and oblong
Yeah.
and
They're different. They're
tapered. And
very
you
different.
you got a pair of 14s, don't you?
I do, and I freaking love those things.
Yeah,
I actually just sold my big spotting scope because I don't
never use
I
them.
don't I don't use it anymore. I have the 14s and I have the BTX. And I just put a really kick-ass new well, I probably shouldn't talk about it on this because Well, you're not owned. I mean, you know all in, but there's another
Yeah,
thing out there called capture gear,
yeah, the capture. I'm not
and
on my own. You can talk
it
about capture.
works really, really good with the
Yeah,
BTX. And now I just don't need that spotting scope. Those 14s are phenomenal. And now I just throw the BTX up. And the problem with the BTX used to be I couldn't digiscope very well through it.
yeah,
So
it's
I
a pain
always
in the
wanted
butt,
to
and because
have
you have to put the
something.
thing on afterwards with the all in. It isn't on the. I can say that with the. I love
Yeah.
all in. Like everyone knows, like me and the owner of all in are good friends. We're going to be hunting together again this year.
Right.
Um, but on the BTX, a little bit harder because you got to put the thing on to put the phone on. You kind of move it around a little bit.
Yeah.
Where with the capture, you can just snap it right on there. But I mean, I run
Yeah.
the
You just
all in
pop it
on
right
my
on.
spotting scope all day long and no issues at all. I mean, it does a trick for me. I
Right.
love the all in
Right.
system. But the new capture is pretty cool, man. Not gonna lie, they make some cool stuff, and I've met the owner
Yeah.
a
He
couple
makes some
times
pretty cool
now. And
stuff. So once I put that on there, though, I was like, well, I really don't need this. Well, not mid grade. It was a fantastic spotter, but so I just ended up getting rid of that, and now I'll have BTX. I'll have the NL14s and EL 10 by 42s. Can't think of
yeah,
anything else I really
I
need.
do. Yeah, I do EL range 8 by 42s on my chest. I do the 14s, and then I do like a micro spotter, like the Kawa 554.
Mm,
Um, I have a BTX, but man, honestly, I find more animals with the 14s than I do with the BTX.
right.
To be
The
honest,
field of view is just
the field of view is awesome. I find
they're
more. I mean,
so nice.
I use 15s up until recently. I just got the 14s 3 weeks ago, but
Did you take them bear hunting with you?
I did. I love them. I
Yeah,
love those binos. I
they're
just love
so
the field of view. I love
nice.
the edge clarity about them. You know, it's one less than a 15, but you can't even tell because just you're
You
like
can't
seeing in
tell
high. You're
because
like
the
seeing
field
in
of
high.
view is so big on it. It's like the
You're like seeing in high def with those things. They're
yeah.
stupid. I just found that BTX. I like a BTX for is like that midday, that like 9
Hmm.
or that 10 to 3, where I'm looking into bushes. I'm like Koozier and stuff. But like for me,
Right.
like you need to be looking far because if you're looking at the close stuff under 1,000 yards, you're really looking at like a 20 by 20 square. I mean, you're looking
Right.
so
Yeah.
small looking
Right.
into bushes. So it's almost too much bino for a lot of the areas you're hunting. Um, but it has its uses. You know what I mean? Like I think that I find more with a pair of 14s than I do with the BTX. But then
Yeah, I agree with that.
I find more bedded deer in the middle of the day with the BTX than I do with 14. So it's just like you just gotta have the right tool for the job. And you know,
Yeah.
if I'm not hunting and I'm just carrying all of it. I'm carrying I'm carrying
Yeah,
the
and then
BTX
it
and the
gets heavy.
14s. Well, now
Then
I
it's
got the
heavy.
stupid camera doing that thing. Talk about weight, man. That camera weighs like 7 pounds by the time you get the
Yeah.
lens on there and everything. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's just yeah, good problems to
Yeah.
have, man. Too much
Yeah, it's not
optics.
the worst thing ever, right? Like, I love taking a camera. I take a camera everywhere I go, and it's almost always in my truck just
Yeah,
for whatever purpose, right? Just for
yeah,
whatever reason. I just always have it. And so that camera goes no matter what. It's just weight that I account for on every hunt.
yeah.
So,
I love the photography stuff. I like the photography more than I like the videography. The
yeah,
video is
I
fun,
don't
but the
do hardly
photography
any
stuff,
video or
the video
very
stuff's
rare.
really fun. But the photos, I really am enjoying. My wife's been joking I'll probably be a birder in the next couple of years, which I wouldn't be surprised if I am. I'm
Yeah.
actually really enjoying taking pictures of stuff and like getting nicer stuff and getting in there. And I wanted to get some micro lenses as well, so I can start doing some like the real up close like bug stuff. I really like that
I
for some
know. I
reason. Like
that looks cool.
I want to do some of that. Like, 'cause you're in the field and you got these little things crawling on you. Like, oh man, I want a micro lens so bad to get a good shot of a bee or a grasshopper. It's just so
Mhm.
fun having it there in the middle of the day or something to do. Take pictures of things and just sometimes you see
Total
stuff.
boredom. Let me get a picture of that fly's eye
Oh,
right there.
100%, man. And it's like you're trying. I mean, like we just went on this bear hunt, dude, and it was light from 5 a.m. until 10 p.m. every day.
Yeah,
There was a lot of time where you can only look at the same hill so much. Right? This country is so big, like where we're hunting, like you kind of just look at the same dang hill. You basically have like the first 2 hours and the last 2 hours to hunt. And other than that, it's like middle of the day. It's freaking hot as balls, right?
yeah.
I mean, there was a ton of cow
Did you
elk.
guys
I
see
mean,
any bears?
we saw like 10 bears, 3 boars, only 1 boar we were able to get close to, and we didn't get it done. So
Mm,
no shots fired on the whole hunt. It was like 90 degrees the whole time. It was brutal. But it was
that's
fun.
pretty hot.
I'll probably put a film out anyways, just so people can see how much I suck at hunting. But it was fun. It was a good time, man.
Yeah,
We had a great time up there. I mean, those guys. I was hunting with Brad Hunt. I mean, you don't get a better bear hunter than Brad, right? I mean, the guy's been
yeah.
hunting with
He's pretty
Gritty
good.
and Lampers forever, and it's just one of those things where it just didn't happen. We're just like everybody else, man. We get out there and we get hunt the same days you do, and Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes they're on the. I mean, we were sitting in some areas that were so berry, and just didn't happen, man.
Yeah, it doesn't happen every time.
Doesn't happen every time. So just
Um, well,
yeah,
cool. I think that's it. I just was
that's
wanting to
it,
get
dude.
you back on. I really like doing these shows because it gives you an opportunity to really just kind of let loose and you don't got to focus on a guest. You don't got to think about anything except Tricer and talking about Tricer. So I think these work out good.
And I love Tricer. Eat, sleep, and drink this thing right now. So
Yeah,
I feel like I'm
absolutely.
drinking from a fire hose lately, but it's been cool. It's a fun
And now
ride.
you got people.
Now I have a team. I have a team, a Tricer team around me, right? Which is
It's
neat.
pretty
So yeah.
awesome. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, who would have thought, man? I'm still running. I'm still in the shed in my backyard, but we become more and more legit every day. Right?
Are you guys thinking about moving? You gonna get a space
No,
or
never, never, never. We'll
no? Because
never.
shipping doesn't come out of
No, we have a
your
fulfillment
yeah.
center. We'll never. I love being mobile. My COOs in Pennsylvania. My one salesman's in Colorado. One guy's in Utah. Luke Dusenberry's in Idaho. Yolanda, who like basically runs our company, lives on a sailboat half the year. Like I love being remote. Like
Yeah.
one thing like, I've done the 80 employee giant factory thing. I don't need a big. It's a dick swinging thing. I don't need a big building with a dinosaur inside of it. Like I'm more happy. Like I would much rather do tons of sales out of a shed in my backyard. That's more impressive to me than me having 20 employees and being in a warehouse somewhere. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
to me, I want to try and be as passive as I can and allow my team to have the lifestyle they need to sell. And we're at a time right now where you don't have to be in an office. You can be working
You
remotely wherever
should
you
get
can.
you should get Yolanda on here sometime, man, because her her Instagram page is for the furthest thing from a hunting page that I follow, right? But
Yeah.
it's probably one that anytime a story pops up, I'm going to watch that story because it is absolutely interesting to me,
Yeah.
her lifestyle.
She literally lives on a sailboat, dude, in the
Yeah.
Caribbean. I think she's in like North Carolina right now or something, or up there. She went up the coast. Like
Yeah,
it's
they're
funny. Like I'm gonna be off grid for 5 days. We're sailing from freaking Puerto Rico to New England or something. I don't know.
yep.
But yeah, it's cool, man. I like that. But no, I don't see us ever going into like a big warehouse that, it'd be cool to have like a dinosaur in the front lobby or something, a big bronze dinosaur or something, and walk in and have the big ceiling and have all the elk on the walls and everything. But it's not really going to change my sales. It'd just be more of a dick swinging
Yeah.
thing. And for me, I'm
Just
like,
costs money, right?
my
You gotta
office is
pay rent.
500 square foot. I'm back here right now. I'm going to get out of here and go eat dinner with my kids. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't need it. And the longer I can do that, the better. I don't imagine us ever having a facility. I don't want to pigeonhole us to one spot. If I can find great people all over the world, why not use people all over the world to work for me?
Yeah.
And just we're in
Yeah,
that time right
absolutely.
now
Today's a
where
world where we can do that. So,
it's a world we can do
might
that,
as
and I'd
well.
rather just pay people high. We pay everybody premium wages, and we trust them to work from wherever they are. So we do it.
Yeah. One
So
second, Drew. Okay. Okay.
Chad's in trouble.
No, my dog just wanted to come in.
Dog. My dog was barking at the door earlier. I don't know if you heard him, little poodle out there barking
Yeah.
and yipping and yipping.
My wife's about to leave, so she was opening the door, let the dog in here.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. I think that's a pretty good roll up of what's been going on. I'm excited for the next one of these that we do. It'll probably be a little closer to hunting season, I guess,
Yeah.
and no doubt the HK will be out and the X series
X will be out, everything
tripods.
will be out, and I mean they got to prove themselves, man. Like they do. So I'm excited for those to get on the market and start proving. You
Yeah,
know.
good, cool. July sale, hit that again before
Oh
we
yeah,
hang it up.
July 1st through 7th, 15% off site wide. Tricer.com. We don't do a lot of sales. We do like 5 sales a year. We're doing the 1st to the 7th this year, 15% off site wide. Go on there and buy them. There should be bipods in stock by then, I hope, and we'll probably still throw them in that sale. So buy it then if you're going to buy one. So yeah, July
No
1st through
code or
7th.
anything. You just go to the
No, it'll.
site and everything's
There
discounted.
might be a code on the site or something. It'll say it there. So
Okay,
15% off on the
gotcha.
site. Yeah.
Very good. Well, cool, Drew. Until
Awesome.
next time.
Awesome. Until next time. Thanks, Jed.
Okay.